good, YouTube? You know who it is. Chris Jones, represent Physiques of Greatness. Before I start talking, can you see me well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a little dark in here.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
Okay. Checking a little email before I go downstairs. I'm in Vegas right now. By the time you see this video, I may be home. I should be home. Because I'm not going to post the videos like Monday or Tuesday. But anyway, man. Ran across a fucking email question. And I thought, hey, why not make this a video? Because I don't think I've ever addressed this topic before. Now here it goes. How's it going, Chris? I want to ask you a question. I recently started taking a cousin of mine under my wing to go to the gym with me and try to get him from shit to fit. He's an overweight guy. He's about 280 pounds, but he's only like 5'8". As a trainer, have you ever came across any overweight people, and could you give me a few tips to help them out? This is all new to me. I've never trained anybody before, especially an overweight person. Thanks a lot. Also, tell Vince, fuck the haters. That's crazy. You know, you got a lot of haters when somebody had to tell you, fuck the haters.
Yep.
Or at the expo, a few people come say, yo, Vince, fuck those haters, man.
Yep. That's what every person kept saying to me.
Yeah. Let me see my drink, man. This is MTS Way, 2 scoops, 5% link in the description in case you have to give a fuck.
And we also have our own POG water.
The best water ever. Gonna give you all kinds of games, yo. We should have get some of that. Go get the water. But anyway, yeah, man. Let me give you guys, let me give you a few tips that's gonna help you out. Hopefully, people that are watching this shit, like maybe some overweight people, or maybe some people that got overweight people. I got overweight people all in my family, but none of them care. None of them want to train. And that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with being overweight. I think that's a choice. Just like being buff is a choice. My only problem with people that are overweight and bitch about it. You know what I mean? We all have to make our own. Because this bodybuilding shit ain't for everybody. Yeah, this is some hard shit. You know what I mean? So I don't fault anybody for wanting to be fat or overweight or anything. You know, or skinny. You know, do what the fuck you want. Just don't bitch and complain about some results you didn't fucking work for. That's my only issue. Alright. So let me give you a few tips to help you out, my brother. First tip is going to be food. Okay? Me, myself, Vince, you know, when we get fat, it's only for one reason. It's because we lack a little discipline at times. But the main reason is because the food is good to the motherfucker. If junk food was nasty and healthy food was the shit, we would all be walking around with 6 packs.
And not only that, but junk food is readily available.
Yes, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, sugar's like a drug. When it hits your fucking brain, it kicks off dopamine almost like drugs. And it makes you want more. You know, I can eat cake and cookies all day, but like bananas and fruit, probably not. Rice, especially brown rice, probably not. But I can fucking force some cake down. You know, so first and foremost, food. We're fat. We get fat because food is good to the motherfucker. So it makes no sense to go on a diet and your food isn't good. It really kills me when I was young or when I see trainers today and they constantly promote like healthy eating, you know, skinless chicken this, grilled chicken that, vegetables, all this bullshit. They promote this shit like that's the only way you can get in shape. That makes no fucking sense. We get fat, you get fat because food is good to the motherfucker. So first and foremost, when you go on a diet, your diet needs to consist of foods that taste good to the motherfucker. Which is why I have those chicken nuggets you can make. Which is why I have the meatloaf you can make. I have the healthy burger I just made. Waffles, banana pancakes, sweet potato pancakes. I'm constantly doing recipes that are healthy, that can fit your macros, but also taste good as fuck.
You know what? Comment below what's your favorite meal, and Chris will try and come up with the healthy version.
My goal is to try to make shit that tastes good for y'all. You know, because at the end of the day, we're fat because food tastes good. So it makes no, I don't understand people, man, these days. It makes absolutely no sense to put somebody on a diet, especially if they're fat, that with food that does not taste good. It's ridiculous. Now, second tip of the day. When it comes to your nutrition, make small choices. You know, let's not overdo dieting. You know, a fat person, an overweight person, you know, that's not, you know, from, you know, making some bad choices here and there. that comes from years of bad habits. You know what I mean? Being fat is a habit. You know what I mean? That's years of bad habits. So you can't just take somebody off the street and completely change their bad habits overnight. That's like writing with your right hand all your life and then saying you break your right hand and now you're forced to use your left. You know, it's going to be a struggle for a little while. That brain is going to have to connect with that hand and you're going to have to use those motor patterns and you're going to have to learn how to write all over again. So it makes no sense to take somebody off the street who's been eating bad all their life. You know, eating mama's pie, you know, eating biscuits and gravy, doing this, not working out, doing the fuck they want, and then you're completely changing their life overnight. You have to make small choices. Small choices like when you go to McDonald's or something and you get you a hamburger, you know what? Instead of getting fries with that hamburger, how about we throw an extra patty on that bitch? You know what I mean? And maybe have some apples or some bagel lays instead of the fries. How about the first month, let's go without sodas. Let's take out the sodas and maybe do Diet Cokes. Or how about some Crystal Lights? You know what I mean? Let's do small shit. Little small choices. Don't take somebody who's been having bad habits all their life and just completely try to change it. Let's just do little small things. You know what I mean?
You know, I thought you were going to say, instead of late night snacking, they can say late night snack. Instead of late night snacking, get your late night macking.
Well, we need to get them whole ready first.
Well, you know, it's in the process of it, though.
Now, we do got some fat backs out there. Don't get it fucked up. I know some fat guys be getting hoes. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you got to get lady get hoes. Trust me, I know plenty of fat guys be getting hoes. You know what I'm saying? But whole ready is a lifestyle, not necessarily your appearance. You know what I mean? But I'll get into that. Y'all want nobody picking up whole ready? Please comment below. I would love to do a video on my take on whole ready is. But okay, it at least wanted to know it too. Maybe I'll do a video on what my definition of whole ready is. But that's more than just looking good. It's a lifestyle. Okay? But last but not least, my third tip of the day. Training. Oh my God. I actually made this mistake several times. When I first started training people, I would kick overweight clients, and I would try to train them like me. You know, I walk them through a whole Beast Mode Joe's back training workout. Damn near an hour and a half of high volume, bro.
When you and I first met.
Yeah, and I did it with Vince, too. That's all I know. You know what I mean? All I knew, you know? And
I could not wait to go home.
And people would quit on me. Like, I would have clients book 5 sessions with me, and I'll take up their workout, and they would quit. I'm like, this fat, lazy fucks, man. What the fuck's wrong with these people? They don't want to fucking change their lives or what? But honestly, it was me. You got to ease people into these workouts. You can't take somebody who's, especially a beginner, and walk them through an advanced training routine. You may have, I see people online all the time talking shit about hippie workouts. I think it's kind of funny here and there, but honestly, some of these hippie workouts are cool. You know, because it gets people off their fucking ass. You know what I mean? You may have to walk somebody through a 30-minute hippie workout.
Oh, I seen one on TV the other night when we first got here. 10-minute workout by Tony Horton.
Oh my God!
I was this close to recording it, but it just ended.
Hippies.com.
Man.
But I will say this though. And on the transformations, some of these guys went from fat to skinny.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody was really muscular on these routines. But we'll talk about that in a whole other
Man,
video. That was fun.
I was so
and
close.
I look up to Tony Horton.
Yeah, me too.
Like Sean T and them, the guys were like millionaires off of fitness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Julian Michaels, but that just killed it right there. I lost a little respect for him with that shit. He should just kept P90X or just made a new P90X, like redo
like hardcore or something. I don't know.
That was disgusting.
Man.
That was completely fucking disgusting.
When I found out he made it, no.
And he sold out with that one. Y'all calling me a sellout? We making products? That's selling out, my friends. 10-minute workouts. But I will say this though, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
A 10-minute workout is better than somebody who's sitting on their fucking ass eating chips and donuts. You know, at least they're doing something. And what I'm trying to say is, ease that your overweight cousin, anybody overweight, ease into this shit. I don't think of training an overweight person and taking them off the street, put them in the gym, is like maybe trying anal sex with your wife or girlfriend for the first time. I'm not really into that. I think it's disgusting and overrated. But you don't just come home from work and say, hey, baby, I'm going to put my dick up your ass. You don't do that. You maybe come home and be like, hey, baby, we're going to try something new today. You know? Today, I'm going to put the head in. Just to calm the fuck down, just the head. You know what I mean?
You gotta start with the finger first, the pinky.
Or the pinky. You know, you ease them into this shit. You know what I mean? Same with training. You might have to walk them through a few 30-minute workouts and then maybe 30 minutes of cardio. Let them build a healthy relationship with this shit. Because I guarantee you take them to the gym and train them just like you, I guarantee you, you're gonna scare him the fuck off, and he's never gonna come again. Cause in his head, he's gonna think you gotta do all this to get in shape. And keep in mind, the results come slow. So he does this shit for like 2 weeks, and he's still fat. You know what I mean? He's gonna be like, man, I did this for 2 whole fucking weeks, damn near killed myself, and I'm still fat. You know what I mean? Which is perfectly normal. It takes a long time to see great results.
I never understood why people think it's instant.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you do all that shit, you would hope it's instant. You work up 2 hours a fucking day, you know what I mean? You're training like me, you know? So you gotta ease people into these little workouts. Do some 30-minute hippie workouts. Maybe do some full body routines 3 times a week. Maybe do a 30-minute upper, 30-minute lower, you know, and then take a day off. You know, I'll do some overweight training routines if y'all interested. If you're interested in seeing some overweight person training splits, comment below, and we'll do a little series for y'all to help people out. So I noticed this, that in the fitness world, people tend to cater towards people who want to get ripped. You see ripped abs this, ripped abs that. You'll see get bigger arms this, get bigger arms that. How to get a bigger back, shit like that. But you don't really see how to get an overweight person to a shape. You know, some people don't give a fuck about a ripped abs. Some people don't give a fuck about having the guns hugging the sleeves. Some people are just struggling to see their fucking dick when they take a piss. You know, but nobody gives a fuck about them because it's not marketable. You know, you make much more money catering to the majority of people who want those ripped abs. There's only a small percentage. I mean, there's overweight people all around the world, but only a small percentage of them actually want to change. You know what I mean? There are overweight people all around the world, but like I said, only a small percentage of them, a very small percentage of them actually want to make a life change. A lot of them are very happy picking out. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't want to invest money and their time into making overweight programs. But if y'all want to see some overweight training tips, overweight training splits that I can put on YouTube, let me know. We'll do it for y'all. Just don't bitch and complain to me. Talk about, Chris, we subscribe for meal plans. We subscribe for recipes. We subscribe for training, you know.
Go watch the old videos then.
Yeah, I really kill me when we try new shit and then people talk about we changed. You know what I mean? Or we don't like the old. We like the old POG better. We just try to. We're like the Walmart of YouTube.
We're trying to evolve.
Well, yeah, we're trying to evolve. We're like the Walmart of fitness channel. We try to give you everything. We give you cheat meals, recipes, whatever. Vlogging. We don't like to just stick with one fucking thing. You know what I mean? But anyway, don't want to hold y'all long. That was 3 tips for an overweight person. Okay, so let's run this back real quick. Tip number 1: make the fucking food taste good. Tip number 2, don't just put them on a full-blown diet. Make little choices here and there, like take out the sodas, let's take out the fries. Up the protein by adding an extra patty to your hamburger, taking out the greasy-ass french fries, cook the vegetable oil, little shit like that. And last but not least, let's ease them into this workout like anal fucking sex. Let's ease them into this shit. Don't try to change anybody overnight, okay? Extremely bad habits never change overnight. You gotta ease them into this shit. Hope that helps y'all out. Sorry if I talk too long, but you know me, man. I like to elaborate when I give advice. More videos coming soon. Don't forget to like my shit. Comment section. Oh yeah. Online coaching, meal plans, training programs. We got supplements. We got everything. Holla back at your boy. And wait. There's more. If you order in the next 15 seconds, you will get a free autograph picture from Chris Jones himself. I was bullshitting. But yeah, man, please buy our shit though. Have a nice day.